Hello everybody, back here again for a vlog a day. Today is Tuesday the 7th and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning fairly quickly, I guess, when I woke up. Had some dogs to get out. Got my dog outside and before he messed on the floor, which is always a good feeling in the morning to not have to clean that up. So got that taken care of, got the dogs all fed, got that wrapped up. Basically laid back down the bed next to my wife for a little bit, kind of cuddled with her, and then she got up, headed out to basically get ready for work, got all her stuff put together and taken off, and then I hung around the house, had played with the dog a little bit, did a little bit of yard work stuff here and there, nothing much, had the 3D printer running, trying all kinds of different stuff on it, and just learning curves, and I'm getting a lot of like real bad stringy stuff coming off. It's looking kind of raggedy. I'm not sure what's going on with my settings, but ever since I lost power and then it came back on, it seems to be acting up a little bit. So I don't know what happens there, but yeah, I gotta look in to see if I can figure out how to get it fixed up better and get it all figured out, but it is what it is. So but yeah, had a couple other things to get taken care of. Was able to basically chill out. How are you guys doing? Better than I deserved. So I basically had to run my mom to the doctor today. Not a real big deal there, just down the road, not that far. So went and dropped her off, and then I thought, well, I'll go next. There's a couple doors down is a True Value. I think it's True Value. It might be Ace Hardware, but I think it's True Value. Stopped in there and looking for what I needed because my toilet flange is messed up, and I can't get the toilet to sit right, and it's where the bolt holds it's broke, and there's nothing's got to do with it. So the tile they put in is super unlevel there, and they had just solved it by using the same gray cement tile mortar to the grout to basically make a bed to level it out and hold it steady. And I don't want to do that. So and in the process of that, like I said, the piece is broke, so I got to cut the flange out and I got to start over, and it's a pain in the ass. You got to come in, you got to cut the pipe out, and you got to take rotary tools to it and stuff, and it's a lot of work. Had to do the house across the street. Did that 6-7 years ago, whatever, and it was miserable. It was absolutely miserable doing that. So trying to figure out a way to not do that. Stopped in True Value. Not a single person spoke to me, didn't even say hi, and I walked in, nothing. And there was one customer at the cashier section, and then saw 4 of their employees there, had no other customers there. Nobody spoke to me at all. Looked around, saw some stuff that figured worked. I'm like, yeah, that'll work. I'm like, you know what, hell with this. Like, I'm not gonna make my money. I'm gonna go on down south to the hardware store that I like so much. It's also a bait shop. They sell fishing gear and all kinds of stuff. They're super friendly, super knowledgeable. Like, maybe they'll have something they can help, figure this out. And I actually kind of cheated before I left. I actually stuck a new steel toilet bolt in there and mixed up some like JB weld, and thought, well, like, maybe if I can JB weld it in there tight enough, it'll hold itself and kind of cure while I'm gone, come back and we'll see if this works. And if it doesn't work, I gotta cut it out anyway, so who gives a damn. So went ahead and headed on down south. My mom's in the doctor's appointment, and I went to light up my cigar and I couldn't find my damn cigar. I'm like, where the hell's my cigar at? I know I carried a cigar out here, couldn't find it. So I gave up and said, hell, that didn't even bother with the cigar. Went on down south. Went ahead and talked to those guys, and they showed me a couple options, and then they showed me a steel flange, toilet flange that you can actually bolt to your floor, whether it be concrete or wood, whatever, that just sets over top of the original spot. And I'm like, okay, cool. And because the height of the setup, I'm like, hey, I want a maximum wax ring. I want to do the bigger wax ring. He said, absolutely. So I grabbed a wax ring, I grabbed the metal plate, and headed back to the house, and actually headed back to pick the mom up at the doctor's office, and spent a third of what it would have cost me for what I was gonna get at the True Value. Probably about a third. And I think it should work just good, not better. So I was like, cool, whatever, let's go from here. So I head back, park out in the parking lot, sitting around without a cigar, which kind of sucks. Usually I'm gonna sit around and wait for it. I like to have a cigar to smoke, but couldn't find it. I knew I lost it somewhere. I'm like, what the hell? Because I remember cutting it. I remember carrying it out the door. So I'm like, it's gotta be around here somewhere. So I sat there, finally looked up, she was coming out. Took her a lot longer than normal there, but everything's good. She came walking out, walked up and got her, or pulled up there to get her. And she got in the truck, she goes, oh, your cigar fell down here. I'm like, oh shit, I couldn't find the damn thing. Hadn't lit it yet or nothing. So it wasn't like I was worried about burning my seat up. But so she picked it up, put it on the center console. At that point, I'm like, it doesn't no good to light it because I'm almost just going back home. So we ran by the bank. She needed to go to the bank, so we ran to there real quick, cashed one of her checks, and then headed home. And then from there, I was chilling out in the house, playing with the dog, working the 3D printer and stuff. Went ahead to work on the toilet, and end up setting the plate on it. The JB well was probably would have worked. I probably could have got without the plate, but I'm like, I got the plate. The plate's not very much money. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in. So slid the plate over top the bolts and then tap conned them, drilled out, tap conned them into the concrete, all 4 bolts. Could have got with 2, but I'm like, I'm here, might as well. So stuck 4 tap cons in the ground. I think it's rock solid. It's not going anywhere at all now. Got the toilet put on, got the big giant wax ring put on it, got the toilet on. And the first time since I've been moved past in the toilet, I felt the wax ring squish down, which is what you want. You want a good wax ring squish. Got that down and it's all good to go. So got it all bolted up and that. Still waiting on a toilet seat. My wife was gonna go help pick one out and she just told me just to go get one. She didn't care what it was because the one we came with, the brand new toilet, was broke. So the toilet seat itself was good, but the little quick release hinges in the back, they were busted. So I'm like, cool, we'll worry about it. So I gotta go do that, I don't know, next day or 2. So we'll see. Got that all wrapped up. You get that wax in your hands, that toilet bowl wax ring, it's just gross, it's hard to get off. And it is what it is. So I got that out there, it's all set up and good to go. From there, I was hanging out with the dog, playing with the printer. Didn't have to go anywhere else today. Didn't have to walk dogs, didn't have to go to house set, nothing. Had no other dogs getting dropped off or picked up, so kind of freed up my time a little bit, which made it nice. So I kind of got to just chill out and relax and have myself a good moment. And that is a hell of a setup right there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but they got like a handicap ramp that comes way up and around and around and around to the RV there, which I'm assuming doesn't look like it's anchored in the ground. So I assume they can take that with them. Be a lot of work to disassemble and take somewhere, but seems kind of odd for, they got that RV strapped to the ground and everything. So it seems kind of odd for zoning. I can't put a carport up in my backyard unless it's behind a 6-foot fence, but yet they can have a full-on camper out there they're living in. So yeah, who knows, but zoning's awesome. But yeah, I went ahead, chilled out the house there for a while, went and got my run in. From there, got back, got myself a shower, had some dinner, had leftover pork roast and beans. My wife had a little steak again and her vegetables, spinach and what else she had. And we chilled out, watched an episode of Seinfeld, and I headed back outside, play with the dogs for the evening a little bit, hang out there with them, and listen to them bark at the neighbors' dogs that are 1.5 roads over. And dogs are barking all the time. Every time the dog gets to barking, so I gotta yell at them, tell them to stop. So, but it's kind of strange that dogs not babysitting are better behaved than the dogs people own. It's just absolutely weird. It's a strange world we live in, that people don't seem to care about keeping their dogs from just barking all damn day. So kind of is what it is. But yeah, went ahead, hung out there, got another cigar, had myself a beautiful evening, watched a little bit of Netflix and chilling out. I just started watching Chris Rock's special, Outraged, and I kind of wanted to watch it live, but I didn't really, I just kind of mostly forgot. I think part of it, but it is what it is. So it was a one take shot. It's not his best work by any means. It's not bad. I'm not all the way through it yet, but it's in that spot. So I've seen a clip of where he goes off on Will Smith, and so I know kind of what the main, the wrap up of the special is going to be, but kind of is what it is. So yeah, other than that, good old day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.